Hey, welcome back to Already Overbooked. Today, I'm diving into a question every reader secretly thinks about. Which book deserves to be turned into a movie or a show? But instead of the same household names, I'm shining the spotlight on the indie scene. These are stories so cinematic, so vivid, they're practically begging for adaptation. We're opening with Mushroom Blues by Adrian Gibson, a noir detective story soaked in atmosphere. But this isn't your usual city. It's a city consumed with strange fungi, corruption, and shadows. The mix of noir narration and grotesque fungal imagery practically oozes cinematic potential. It's like Blade Runner meets Pan Labyrinth with atmosphere and strangeness. The story begs for the slow burn pacing of a streaming series, something that lets you sink into the atmosphere and follow the detective as he pieces together a mystery that's as bizarre as it is dangerous. Now, if you're craving a spectacle, Spectre by Krister Lendy delivers it in space. This is a military sci-fi dialed up to 11. Powered armor, massive battles, and the combat that shakes entire systems. Every page feels like an action set waiting for cameras to roll. It's like Halo meets Edge of Tomorrow. It's relentless, it's explosive, and it's built for the big screen. This is a pure blockbuster material, a story that deserves surround sound, IMAX visuals, and the largest thing of popcorn you can go through and buy. It's bold, it's cinematic, and it would pull in sci-fi fans by the millions. Now, from space battles to neon paranoia, Fallen into Oblivion drops us into a cyberpunk world where reality and memories are constantly under attack. Imagine rain, slick streets, glowing advertisements, and a protagonist spiraling through conspiracies. It's the kind of story that demands a visual feast. Equal part Blade Runner and Mr. Robot. It's the kind of story that storyboards itself, with every scene pulsing with tension and atmosphere. On screen, it would shine best as a stylish streaming series, giving space for that mystery and that visuals to wrap viewers into its neon haze. Now, for something lighter, though no less cinematic, we have Wistful Ascending, which is a superhero space opera about Rowan, a half human, half alien, trying to carve out a peaceful life while cosmic crises keep dragging him into the fray. It has balanced humor and heart with galaxy size action. The tone feels tailored more for adaptation. You could absolutely see this thriving as an animated series in the vein of like Invincible or Arcane, where the vibrant powers and cosmic battles could be brought to life without compromise. It's funny, it's heartfelt, and it's action packed. Exactly the type of adaptations that would win over both comic and sci fi fans. Now, for those horror fans, this one's for you. The Clatterman is a master class in small town dread. The premise revolves around a mysterious figure who creeps along the edges of folklore and reality, haunting a community that doesn't dare speak his name. You can already see the darkening hallways, hear the echoing footsteps, and feel that slow rise of panic. The story thrives on atmosphere, making it perfect for a prestige horror miniseries. Think Midnight Mass or The Outsider by Stephen King, where the terror builds one episode at a time until it consumes everything. This one goes straight into that grimdark territory. Shadowbane by Cal Logan is bloody, unflinching, and emotionally charged, centered on siblings caught in a brutal world of demons, cults, and betrayals. Visually, it has all the hallmarks of a gothic fantasy epic. Firelit rituals, Toan monstrosities, and battles where survival feeds anything but guaranteed. The pacing and layered family drama makes it a natural fit for live action series, the kind that will pull fans of Berserk and The Witcher who are looking for something equally raw but fresh at the same time. Chaos, blood, and gallows humor. That's what Dave Lawson delivers in Envoys of War. It's a military fantasy full of explosive set pieces and a cast of characters you can't help but root for, even when they're knee deep in questionable decisions. It's like the band of brother colliding in a fantasy world. It's gritty, it's raw, and it's unflinching. And on screen, this one practically writes itself into a gritty war epic. The dialogue pops, the action cracks, and the energy is relentless. It would deliver spectacle, humor, and devastation all equal measure. Now, on to something closer to the chest. We have Alone Together, which is intimate, unsettling, and deeply psychological. It's about people trapped in the collapse of a world and is forced to wrestle not just with survival, but with each other. The tension isn't in massive battles or grand vistas, but in a silence between conversations and the dread of isolation. It's like The Road meets 10 Cloverfield Lane. It's stripped down, it's claustrophobic, and tension to the very last moment. It would be stunning as an indie style feature film, small cast, catastrophic settings, and just enough ambiguity to make audience leave the theaters in stunning silence. Now, this one brings the thunder. Whispers of the Storm is an epic fantasy through and through. It throws us into a brutal academy where warriors are forged under the watchful eyes of the gods. It feels like The Witcher colliding with Shadow and Bone, but with a more sharper, stormier edge that makes it stand out on its own. On TV, this would thrive as a long-form fantasy series, letting every twist, every clash, and every rising storm unfold with full cinematic weight. Now we're going to end with a Rebellion and Fire. Wraith of Revolution by A.J. Calvin is grimdark fantasy filled with political intrigue, desperate battles, and shifting alliances. It's not just about the fight, it's about the cost, the corruption, and the characters who have everything to lose. On screen, this would shine as a long-form streaming series. The Rebellion needs to grow and to twist, to show both victories and losses with full dramatic weight. Imagine something in the vein of Game of Thrones, but firmly carving Calvin's voice and vision. It's epic and dark, and it's absolutely cinematic. Now, that's my list. 10 indie books that are screaming for adaptations, from horror to grimdark, from cyberpunk to superhero space opera. These stories prove that indie authors are crafting experiences so bold and cinematic you can already picture them unfolding on the screen. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one of these do you think belong on the screen the most? Or is there an indie book that you love to see adapted that didn't make the list? Drop them down in the comments below. And of course, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You know what to do. Till I see you in the next one, stay overbooked.